Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. V. I am a nurse practitioner, coach, and career strategist. And on this channel, I help you level up to the boss NP that you're meant to be. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to interview like a nurse practitioner. And I know that this is like really a very nerve-wracking topic for a lot of people, because I know for me, when I was a new grad nurse practitioner or in any interview, even now, if I don't prepare properly, then I am super nervous and I run the risk of just failing the interview altogether. So I want to take you through some steps that I go through before each interview so that you can really understand like the process so that you make sure to interview well and prepare even better for like the best interviews of your career. First, I think it starts with strategy, right? A lot of people, when they first graduate or if they're looking for a job, they just start looking on Indeed or LinkedIn and just anything that opens up that they might qualify for, they just start applying to. And that can get you into trouble, not only because it wastes your time, but sometimes you might get callbacks and then they take you through, the whole interview process, and then eventually you don't qualify for the position and they end up choosing somebody else that was better qualified. I think that the first thing that you should do is develop a strategy for yourself, and that looks different for nurse practitioners. Part of the strategy is going to be networking. A lot of jobs, professional jobs, is going to be with the core of the network. And that means reaching out to previous instructors or faculty, mentors, even previous students or that were in your cohort or in the, people that have graduated a little bit before you. They might know somebody that is hiring. So always feel free to reach out to them, connect with them on LinkedIn. And even I would suggest like just starting to build your network on LinkedIn and with organizations that want to work for, maybe not now, but maybe in the future. Just start looking at who's working there, looking at connecting with the people that are working there. And maybe they don't even have a job yet available or open, but if you connect with those leaders, then you can maybe offer and talk to them and connect with them so that when a job does open, they know who you are, you're connected, and then you can really apply and kind of lean into that. Along with the strategy, you really want to think about organization, right? So how do you organize all of these jobs? And I've developed an NP job tracker tool, and I'll link it below. It's a free tool along with a job search strategy PDF resource that you can get so that you can really walk you step by step on how to create a job search strategy for yourself, and then really organize yourself, because once you have all of that organized, then you're going to be able to look at your offers, look at your interviews, and really make good decisions for your next step of your career. So what I mean by that is, like, in this tool, you're going to have like an ability to enter all of your applications, like where you applied, and then, remember, every application should have a focused resume. So you want to make sure that you're saving those. And what I mean by focus is like it's tailored toward that position that you're applying for. So we talk a lot about that inside that resource where you create a foolproof job search strategy. But you want to make sure to organize those applications, and then ultimately you'll start to get more interviews. You'll organize your interviews, your thank you letters, the follow-up, all of that really you should be keeping track of, so that when they call you, you can easily pull it up and then really be able to speak clearly as to like instead of trying to remember who's calling you and what position you applied for and things like that. And then also inside that NP job tracker tool, you're going to see like a whole sheet or tab for like your offers. So like it'll say like, where you could put, like, if you have multiple offers, you can put all of those offers in there, and then you can really get like a bird's eye view of what's going to be best for you, right? Like, what's the salary look like? What's the PTO, like the whole compensation package, so that you can really use that as a negotiation tool as well to say, oh, okay, this is something that I'm getting offered this amount here for these type of work hours or this type of work quality than versus this one. So that's part of this job search strategy. That's part of the interview process, is really preparing yourself. And then the best advice that I can give you is going to be making sure that you're practicing. Practice, and maybe not necessarily out loud, even though I do recommend that you practice out loud. practicing out loud the questions that they might ask you and how you want to answer them can help give your body, your mind, your tongue muscle memory. So the more you practice saying the answers to those commonly asked questions, like tell me about yourself, or why do you want this specific specialty, things like that, you're going to be able to speak more eloquently to the questions once they do, and you're a little bit, nervous. You're going to have practice and more confidence in talking about it. So I cover those inside, like all of those interview questions and how to answer them. I do have those inside my interview prep course. Those are really great, where I give you like a detailed of how, like what kind of questions they're going to ask you, especially in a nurse practitioner interview. You want to know what they're going to like ask you, and then what you should be responding with. And then also, you want to have questions prepared. So part of the interview process is you learning about them as much as they're learning about you, to make sure that you're a perfect fit, right? So I want you to make sure that you're asking the right kinds of questions so that you ensure that the next job you have is the right fit for you. So write out a list of questions for yourself, whether it be on just a regular notebook. Bring that notebook with you so that you don't forget your questions, and then maybe even jot down some notes as you go and move through the interview. And then of course there's the follow-up, right? At the end of the interview, you want to ask them, when is a decision being made? When can I follow up? And then of course send them thank you letters, because everybody should get a thank you letter. It might be old school, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like a physical copy of a thank you letter, but I think, just even a note and an email could go a long way. And think about even the person that set up those interviews, even if it's the recruiter or the secretary or the executive assistant, whoever it is that set that up for you, that was able to like organize it. It's really nice to send them a thank you letter just for organizing it and meeting their team, so that because a lot of time they like to ask those front staff about their feelings about, or their impression of the interviewee. Consider that and just be polite. Of course, when you walk into the room, you want to make sure that you're having eye contact and that you're greeting everybody with eye contact and maintaining that throughout. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope this helped. I hope that you download the resources below. I think that they can be really helpful for you, because there's actually 3 resources that you can get, and they're free. Number one is if you've been interviewing, or if you haven't even started interviewing as a nurse practitioner, this is going to help you identify what you could be doing wrong in your job search. And then of course, how to create a foolproof job search strategy, and then the NP job tracker tool. So those are really great resources for you to get you from no interviews to multiple interviews and offers, and organizing yourself. So do not miss those, because they are for free. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I hope to see you guys next time.